Ever since Nikola Motors went IPO, many investors immediately caught the red flag. Nikola claims to have battery technology far superior to Tesla's, yet the automaker was still pursuing hydrogen. Now Trevor Milton claims to have achieved a record hydrogen breakthrough, as he claims to have brought costs down by 81.25% to $3 per kilogram. In this video, I'm going to cover Nikola's suspicious hydrogen breakthrough and why Trevor's numbers are totally off. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this, and let's get right into it. After Cathie Wood from ARK Invest burned through Nikola's business model by showing that hydrogen is not practical, Trevor Milton, the executive chairman of Nikola Motors, had to find a solution to fix the story. Even with the numbers provided by Nikola back then, hydrogen costs would still be 3 times more expensive than electric according to Cathie's calculations. From
the consumer's point of view, it is going to cost roughly 3 times as much. So this is a 700,000 mile truck lease. And if you tally up the cost to the trucker for the hydrogen, it will be 3 times as much as the cost would be for electricity.
This was an obvious problem in Trevor's science project. Trevor Milton has now fixed the error in his business plan and claims to have achieved a record hydrogen breakthrough. This breakthrough, which focuses on bringing down the cost of hydrogen, has suddenly been achieved only after Cathie Wood made her calculations. The breakthrough was first mentioned on July 3rd, 2020, as he went on fuelcellworks.com to tell them that Nikola is now approaching a cost level of $2.50 per kilogram. Just 3 weeks later, Trevor was featured on a Barron's article where he stated that Nikola can get the cost of hydrogen down to $2 to $3 per kilogram. Most recently, he was interviewed on a channel named This Week in Startups to explain his new breakthrough. This breakthrough has been achieved not through changes in chemistry or methods, but through the economies of scale.
Now, here's the key to hydrogen. Hydrogen, up until like 2 years ago, until Nikola came along, until we really changed the whole thing, hydrogen would have never worked. It was too expensive. We started at $16 a kilogram, which is like 5 times more than you would with or 3 to 5 times.
How far does a kilogram drive a truck?
8 miles.
And
so
what would that drive like a normal car? Like 5 times that or 10 times that?
No, a normal car, a kilogram will give you like 40 miles.
Got it. So a kilogram, $16, 8 miles is $2 a mile.
Yeah, crazy. You're going bankrupt.
Yeah.
So now what we did is we've been able to drive hydrogen down to under $4 a kilogram. We're about $3 a kilogram on hydrogen now. So all of a sudden those economics now make sense. You're cheaper than diesel. You know, you're down below that 30 cent per mile mark on fuel. So now it makes total sense to drive hydrogen. And hydrogen is zero emission.
How did you do that? How did you get from 14 to 3? Is there some special sauce there?
Yeah, very simple. It's about standardization. So it's like a phone, right? When Apple makes a phone, they'll make 25 million or 100 million of the same thing.
Yeah.
So up in America right now, there's no 2 hydrogen stations that were actually developed on the same platform. They're all engineered from the ground up separately. So it's like your cost is outrageous, and but there's no standardization. So we developed the first ever standard hydrogen station that can be produced in the thousands. And that's the key, is you just drive the cost down.
Yeah, that was a big problem we tackled. That's why we came into the market. We saw an opportunity to bring the cost of hydrogen down, going zero emission and putting it on parity or lower than diesel. And it's the first time in history that's been able to be done. So it went from about $16 a kilogram. We're down now below $4 a kilogram. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But the main one is standardization of a hydrogen station worldwide has allowed us to drive that cost down dramatically. That's one of the reasons.
Trevor always attempts to use fancy words that he doesn't understand. For example, he claims that Nikola is vertically integrated, when the actual word he's looking for is outsourcing.
Why does the company have such a good name? Why do we have so many people rallying behind us? It's because we're the only group that's really thought out the entire process, vertically integrated from beginning to end, where there's very little risk in our model now.
And that OEM will actually build it, service it, warranty it, and sell it for us.
Now Trevor claims to have standardized hydrogen, but how is that even possible when you haven't even sold a single vehicle? Standardization means achieving a global economy of scale, which leads to the lowest unit cost. By definition, to have achieved standardization means that one cost fits on a global scale and that procedures are standard to ensure consistent quality. Nikola not only hasn't achieved a global scale of production, but also a local scale. After all, the economies of scale don't work out when you haven't even sold a single product yet. Trevor dropped out of Utah Valley College after 1 semester, but I would recommend that he should study at least basic economics.
I could not learn from a book. It was impossible. I'm able to learn from paragraphs. I can't read books. So what I have to do is I have to jump from subject to subject to subject. I have to, and then I can go back to the other subject and read another paragraph.
Jason, who is interviewing Trevor Milton on This Week in Startups, caught the red flags and grilled Trevor on the subject of hydrogen.
But with hydrogen, how would you fill the tank if you have yet to build the network?
Well, in some states like California, have hydrogen. You already have, a lot of hydrogen stations, but we have 700 hydrogen stations going up right now throughout America. And it's just going to take time. We won't sell hydrogen in every market. We're going to say, look, as soon as our station comes online, then you can buy the hydrogen version there.
Why would somebody buy the hydrogen? Because it seems, like we said earlier, that battery kicks hydrogen's ass in low load situations. If we take that as a given, who has a pickup truck that's going to be going for 10 hours hauling something huge? That seems like a tiny part of the market. What is that market?
No, about 30 to 40% of the pickup truck market actually uses their truck for work and pulls trailers. So in that situation, you do not want a battery truck. If you pull a trailer with a Tesla Model X right now, you lose about 60, 70% of your range. So you're talking about getting you can't put a trailer on there and go more than 100 miles on a Cybertruck without it dying, or 150. So the idea here is that if you can, with hydrogen, you can allow that truck to pull a trailer. It'll give you a 600-mile range without a trailer and about a 300-mile range with it. And so it's made for the construction world, the people pulling trailers, the business owners, the guys going to job sites, or those trying to power a job site, or those hauling big loads. And that's what it's for that's what it was made for the hydrogen version.
Trevor pointed out a subtle but major problem in his explanation supporting hydrogen. He claims that on the Tesla Model X, the vehicle loses 60 to 70% of its range when pulling a trailer. Shortly after, he claims that his hydrogen truck gives a 600-mile range without a trailer and a 300-mile range with a trailer. Even with Trevor's suspiciously groundbreaking numbers, the truck still loses 50% of its range when pulling a trailer, which is a difference that is not enough to make up for the fact that hydrogen is still far more expensive than electric. Now, one of the ways Nikola attempts to look legit is through its groundbreaking factory. The automaker claims that production is beginning to ramp up, but don't be fooled, because all they've done is dig up a few pieces of dirt.
One of the things they say is water is life. I don't know of a more fitting quote coming from their community. Nikola is churning water into an energy through hydrogen that can power our world indefinitely. Water truly is life. The lightning's starting to strike right over here. Hurry, we gotta go, the storm's coming. It's coming, literally. 1, 2, 3.
Elon Musk supports competition, and it's certainly fantastic to see the Nikola board finally choose a site for its factory. However, the fraud still needs to be pointed out, because Nikola claims that construction has already started. YouTuber Jessica Kirst recently brought this to attention, as she went to Nikola's factory and saw that nothing was there.
We want to make things better. So I'm super pleased to be here and start with the construction on this factory. Construction starts today.
Construction site.
Construction starts today.
Groundbreaking. It appears as though, yeah, they did break some ground up there. Likely. Ribbon cutting, groundbreaking. So maybe that's part of the string that was cut.
Let me know what you think about Nikola's new hydrogen breakthrough in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.